Well, welcome to a new video where I'm going to show you how you can use the flow direction and flow maps inside of Copernicus with the terrain. As some of you were wondering that. I will have the same setup from the basic video, so make sure you follow that video and we can now continue further. So what I will have is this smaller terrain, so only focusing on the flow, and I will use the erode flow data, as you can see here, the flow direction, to now use in Copernicus. Inside our Copernicus network, we have the geometry to layer node. And what we actually notice is that the data is still previewed on a terrain or on a big grid, like you see here. But if we would place another noise, like a simple noise, you can see that our preview plane is very, very small. And in some cases, we do want to match up that size. And there is actually a node for this. It's called a Matchcamera node, which actually will now match up that big terrain on the same sort of like spacing or sizing as other elements from Copernicus. This is useful to make sure everything blends well together. Now we're actually going to use a distort node to actually now create this effect. So the distort node is one of the ways to do this. We can load in our texture. I'm going to use the side effects Labs Flowmap texture. You can use the same, and I'm going to offset it with a certain scaling. And this is now my source for the texture. Now we do need a direction, and to explain this a bit more, you might be familiar with this setup, and the distort by slope will create this effect for us. So we will have a specific direction, and this will then be used to stretch the image, as you can see over here. Now I do want to explain how this works. We actually have two channels. So one channel here is the circle that goes up and down, and the other one is going left to right. Now we need to understand that there is actually more data behind each of these channels. There is actually further. So if we equalize this, you can see that we now have this white and dark value, and the middle value is this grayscale. That means that actually our values can go from -1 to 1. So the default Houdini only previews a 0 to 1 range. And when we equalize this, it will actually bring in those values more visible. So when we grab our original flow data, we actually see something very similar. So I'm going to do the Matchcamera here as well. And we see something kind of similar where the values feel very specific. So when we equalize these values too, we have the same situation where there are actually more values than Houdini shows us in the viewport. Now, usually you can also remap this to be more controlled. So an equalizer will just take minimum, maximum, and then just get that to a 0 to 1 range. With remap, we can actually force this ourselves, let's say -1 to 1, and that to a 0 to 1 range. So these are options to sort of like control that range to visualize better. Now let's take a look at how we can make our own values now as well. So this is how the data kind of works in between. But now let's make our own flow map direction data. So we're going to grab the Matchcamera, and we're going to here get our flow X and Y. We're going to channel join this together. So we're going to make sure it's set to UV because we only have two values. So we have an X and a Y value. And this is now our direction for that distortion. And now everything actually should work by default. So you can see that this image is distorting based on that flow data. And this can now be used. I'm going to quickly discolor this and then blend everything together. So I'm going to use my flow map, and I'm going to remap this to create a specific mask. And I'm going to use my other information to just create some basic coloring. And this is how I can create this water effect based on the flow. I can now target that to be more aiming towards it. And now I'm also going to show you a bonus video. If you're familiar with the lab toolset, there is a flow map there too. Now I was wondering, what if we could just simply grab this code here and use it in Copernicus? So copy the code, place a wrangle here, and paste the code in there. Now I did make little modifications, and we also need to set here these in and outputs, so the C, UV, and flow. And also the top values, you can also just copy what I have here. So you can copy some of the changes that I've made here. What we're essentially doing is that we're creating a UV tile set. We are then warping that with the flow map data, distorting it, and creating new UV space for textures. So we're going to color map this with the new UV space and then blend these two textures together to create this effect. And now we can animate this over time with that code from the Labs toolset. Now further, what I've done is I need to remap the 0 to 1 ranges for this. We need to make a new channel joint, and we have then UV data needed as well. And I'm going to just use the mono coloring again, and this is how it looks combined. That was it for this video. Very quickly, very shortly, how to use some of the flow data now in this textures to distort and offset your maps. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you. Feel free to like and subscribe.